to go ahead and click at the top of Clubhouse. You can do that and see me on YouTube. Hello, Facebook community and coaching cocktails and conversations. Hey, LinkedIn, and of course, YouTube and Clubhouse. Absolutely. It has been a couple of weeks since I've come to you for this 30 minutes of pure power. And I can't wait to really get into this topic today. Today, I'm actually going to be talking to you about public speaking, how to absolutely show up. Because here's the thing about public speaking, you all. Did you know that the fear of public speaking is called glossophobia? Right? Wow. Not only that, it roughly affects 3 in 4 people, according to a website that I saw this morning. So I want to talk about that because it can impact so many people. And I know, especially even here on a social app, when people can't see you, there's this fear, this bubbling that bubbles inside of you. And I want to help everybody to be able to walk and talk and behave differently today. So we are going to go ahead and get started. If I can find what I'm looking for here, here it is. Hey y'all, hey, it is 7:30 a.m. Yes, this is Lolita E. Walker, and I am so excited to come to you today right here on Breakfast with Champions across all of the platforms. I'm here to bring you just a little bit of coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Coaching is where I leave you just with a couple nuggets to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is not about what you're sipping on. It's all about celebrating the greatness of who it is that you are. And then conversations is the juiciness that we are about to have for the next 30 minutes. Are you ready? I am too. Let's go. Yes, 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 yes. I am so excited. I have been having amazing days, you guys, for the last couple of days. I hope you guys have been having some amazing days as well. I want to say hello to some folks, but what you can't see on my computer, I'm having some craziness going on this morning, but it's not going to stop me. I want to say, hey there to, there's something, there it is. Yes. So Shauna, good morning from YouTube and from Clubhouse. Hello. A Facebook user said, I need this today. I've been asked to do a speech in a couple of weeks and I'm nervous as I don't know what. Well, guess what? You are in the right place. And then Dr. Jeannie, as always, well, Lolita is back. So happy to hear these amazing words this morning. So we are going to talk about glossophobia. Okay. And I told you guys that if there's 4 of us standing together, just hanging out, 3 of us are fearful of public speaking, right? That's a big deal. That's a form of anxiety. And I want to share with you all my journey. And then I also speak to people about how to leap into this thing, right? How to increase your clarity, your confidence, and your commitment. We talk about that all the time. And part of that is absolutely in public speaking. So for all of you all I don't know, I am Lolita E. Walker. I'm a certified life, leadership, and executive coach. Guess what? We're celebrating wins in this very moment. I actually am I just got my professional coaching certification up another level. Always been certified, but now ICF certified for my PCC, which I'm super excited about. That was a little procrastination happening, but we're all about celebrating wins. I love to see your win here, and I will shout it out. My mother and my 92-year-old grandmother are watching. Hey, you guys, they just typed that in. So excited to see you all. Let's leap into it, and hopefully we can leave you with 5 strategies today, okay? I'm going to leave it for you in the acronym of SPEAK, SPEAK. Then we're going to open it up. We're going to give some shout outs to some people who are listening in. And if you have anything to add, please do so. Because yes, I am here and I am facilitating this amazing discussion, but coaching cocktails and conversations is not only about me, it's about you leaping in. And this is a great partnership with Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse with Glenn Lundy and all of the 60 plus amazing experts that come to you every single day, beginning at 5 o'clock a.m. And in this specific time, we are going to leap into the S. I'm so excited. So the S is really about staying in your expertise. This is about how can you show up in all of you? How can you take a deep breath and show up in all of you? Sometimes we worry about how people are going to perceive us. But if we stay in our expertise, then guess what? We are the expert. It's knowing that I am the expert when I stand on the stage. When someone invites you to speak for them, to speak to them, then they are relying on your expertise. They see something in you. And so we have to see that same thing in us. The S is about staying in your expertise. And sometimes staying in your expertise is actually knowing your facts. It's about kicking it off with something that you know that's going to draw some people in. It's about, hey, you guys, guess what? If four of us were standing together, three of the four of us have this fear of something called glossophobia, right? It allows you to come in and be like, huh, you get a little curious. You get a little curious and want to dig in. So now that you grabbed them, you want to stay inside of your lane on what the topic is that you're speaking about inside of that moment. Now, guess what? This doesn't mean you have to speak in front of 5,000 people, 50,000 people. I'm even talking about the couple of people that's inside of your teams. I'm talking about going out and representing you, the brand called you. So all of this can be applicable in no matter if your work, your life, your home. You can practice right at home. So the first one is speaking in your expertise. What is the topic that I'm going to be speaking about, and how can I become an expert in that? How can I showcase my expertise in that? Okay. Sometimes it's awesome to also know your facts. It helps you to speak inside your expertise. That's the S. Okay. And we're going to skate through them. I'm going to open it up, see if there's anything. And then I might even give you a story for each one of those if we don't have anybody that wants to lean in. So Shauna says, yes, come on, sis. Okay, that's the S. The P, I've talked to you guys about this before. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Okay, some people might want to cross off the piss. I'm adding that in today because I want you to know the dire effects of that. So proper preparation prevents this poor performance. It means know your topic. We just talked about that above. We talked about speaking into your topic. We talked about staying inside of your expertise. We talked about staying inside of the strengths that you bring to the table. So for me, I know one of my core strengths is being able to leverage the power of my words and allow it to hit you. I know that. How do I know that? Because I show up in that. We've done a whole segment on owning your strengths, right? If you have my first book, The Intersection of You and Change, there is a strength exercise in there that's super powerful. We've done it right here on this stage with amazing folks. But if you don't know your strengths, this is the time to get clear. If you're not clear, then make sure that you ask somebody, hey, what's a strength that I have? So now that you're showing up in it, now I want to remind you that proper preparation prevents these piss poor performances, right? So proper preparation, that means practice. That means maybe write it down. Maybe think through, these are the top 3 things that I want to leave my audience with today. And that'll help you craft your story. These are the top 3 things that I want everybody to walk away from today. So for me, I can give you an example today. The top 3 things I want you to walk away from today is I want you to walk away with this 5-lettered acronym, SPEAK. I want you to walk away with those tools. The second thing I want you to walk away with is being able to show up in all of you. I want you to get a renewed type of energy. I want you to walk away with that today. And the other thing I want you to walk away with is not only the tips and tricks, but I want you to walk away for how these have actually powered me and have powered some of the people that you will hear from today. So if I already know that those are the 3 things that I want to leave you with, then how can I craft what I'm saying to you to make sure that the audience is going to leave with that? I hope you're following me. You should really be thinking about how can I apply this to my everyday? Okay. So we did the S, we did the P. The E right here is about energizing and engaging, energizing and being enthusiastic. Okay. Energizing and being enthusiastic. What does that mean? It means that people don't want to be bored when you're talking. They want to understand the topic, meaning know your audience, but then they also want you to keep them engaged. So what could that look like? Shifting your voice every now and then, pausing, going up and down in your tempo, adding in some facts, moving in with your body, shifting on the stage slightly. It's nothing like people that move all the time. Just move, 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 move. It's like a roller coaster. It makes your head hurt, right? Looking into someone's eyes. There's so many things that we could talk about, but this is about engaging and enthusing your audience. Is enthusing a word, you all? Or is it just enthusiastic? We have some smart people on here. What do you think? I don't know. Enthuse. I'm going to look that up. Okay. Next is the A is about adding a piece of you. Everybody cannot show up like our infamous Ramon Ray. Ramon Ray, he comes and he is unapologetically boring. He is going to give you extra energy from the time that he says yes to the contract to the time that he is off the stage. Everybody is not Ramon Ray. And what Ramon Ray would say is, I don't want everybody to be like me. And as a matter of fact, I'm not like anyone else. But what you do know about Ramon Ray is how he's going to show up. Why? Because he's consistent in it. So I want you to always know that you got to leave on the stage, leave in your conversation, lead in your conversation by who it is that you are fundamentally. How do you want to show up? When people say Lolita E. Walker and they ask me to speak on their stages, what are they asking for? They're asking for engagement. They're asking for me to entertain in pieces where I'm going to go ahead and go all the way in. I'm going to tap into something special out of you and then get that person who never talks to be able to feel comfortable in talking. I am going to make sure that I can shift you to an action because then you're going to leave knowing and trusting that. I'm going to make sure that you're clear, you're confident, and that you're committed to where it is that you're going. That's what Lolita brings to the stage. So when people call me and ask me to come on stages or to help them with public speaking or to come into my coaching group or to come into Women's Weekend Renewal Retreat or to come into wherever, then they know exactly what they're getting. Why? Because we're consistent. And so what I want you to do is really think about how can I leverage these things in order to walk, talk, and behave differently. Today, we're talking about public speaking and how this can actually enhance what you're doing every single day. Because if you talk to me about what you did every day, I could talk to you about how you actually exude public speaking every single day. Naomi said, if it isn't, it is now. I love it. She said, I love a good acronym. Hi, Naomi from Australia. Yes. And then the K, okay? The K is about keep breathing. Keep breathing. Sometimes you got to remember, like, let me take a pause right here and breathe. Sometimes you got to remember that it's okay to go a little off script, unless, of course, you're doing a TED Talk. Sometimes it's okay to go a little bit off script because why? You're asked because you're already sharing inside of your expertise, because you might be flowing with where the audience is going, because you might notice that the audience isn't as engaged as you wanted them to be. So you're going to shift to the right-hand side of the stage and then engage somebody a little differently. You got to make sure that you are showing up in all of you. And I want to help you all shake what might be jitters or anxiety when it comes to speaking publicly. So I've been talking for about 15 minutes now, and I want to make sure that I'm able to open it up to a couple of people. I do want to give a couple of shout outs for some folks that I see right here. So Shauna, yes, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to say hi to my grandma and my mom who are watching, my son who is watching. And I don't know who the Facebook user is who said I need this today, but I hope that you can let me know if this is helpful for you in the speech that you have coming up in a few weeks, or ask a question because you have my undivided attention right now. Let me open it up on Clubhouse and see if anyone has anything that they want to add in. Okay. So I'm going to keep on going. And if you have anything that you want to add in right here on inside of the notes, then please just go ahead and do it and I'll let you know. So what I promised each and every one of you all is that one thing is this dear anxiousness. So in my second book, I have my second book is called Can We Talk? And it's letters and poems that really tap into who it is that you are. We rarely speak to our dear whoever, our dear contagious vulnerability, our dear anxiousness. And there's a poem in there called Dear Anxiousness that I won't read today because I don't have the book in here with me. If I did, I would. But in it, there's a piece that talks about there's this blood that is rushing through your veins and there's this anxiousness that's inside of you, and you need to talk to it in order to really slow it down just a little bit, in order to really bring it back to who it is that you're centered to be. If I can get my son to bring it into me, I will. Mommy, since you're watching, can you ask Walker to bring me the book, please? Because I'll read you guys a part of that. But the S, I want to talk to you about each of these and tell you about how these actually helped me. Hey, Bella, Linda Rigby, she said, awesome topic, Queen. Thank you so much. So the S about staying in your expertise and your strengths. I have been on a stage one time where I remember shifting And I remember getting unfocused and unclear. And I had to remember on the stage. Now, all of these things are going through my mind about, why am I here again? Let me bring it back to topic. Because I was properly prepared, because I'm able to stay inside of my expertise, I was able to bring it back. But it's so quick that you can get off track. And so, yes, because you properly prepare and you know the three things that you want to leave your audience with today, then you'll be able to flex and you'll be able to flow, because it's not about memorizing unless you're doing a TED Talk, but it's all about bringing in what you need. Thank you. Here's the book. My son bought it to me, so I'll read a couple of pieces to you. This is, I don't know if Stacy is inside of the room today, but this is her favorite poem inside of the book. Okay, that is about staying in your expertise. I talked to you all about knowing your strengths. So one of the strengths I talked to you all about is about my words. Another strength that I have, I know for sure, is my organization skills. I'm very organized when it comes to certain parts of my life. And so because I'm organized, I can leverage that strength and make sure that my thoughts are very organized as I come to you today. An example of that is my acronym of SPEAK. SPEAK. It will come to me. So the S reminds me that I want to share your expertise. And so I can talk around that right there by talking to you about a time when and showing you how you can show up in it. Here's the thing, everybody. Public speaking is so important to sit inside of that and become comfortable with it and take some of these nuggets that I'm leaving with you all today. And people might be leaving it in the audience. I'm not sure, inside of the chat, but public speaking impacts your wages. It impacts your promotions. It impacts how people see you. It impacts how people call on you. It impacts graduation. It impacts your performance in class. Public speaking is so important. So what we got to do is increase the clarity of where it is that we are so that our confidence can increase and so that we can now articulate the amazingness that is inside of our brains. I hope you're taking something with you today. Dr. Jeannie said, Lolita, stay inside of your expertise, then you can flex. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. The P I talked to you guys about already. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. We already talked about that. Proper preparation. Know your 3 takeaways. I'm big on 3. Know your 3 takeaways that you want your audience to walk away with. How do you want your audience to feel? I want you guys to feel educated today. I want you guys to feel as though, guess what? I'm taking a tip away today. So whether or not you tell me now, or some of you all will put it in the chat, some of you all would DM me, you could just say it now. We're practicing public speaking. It's no time better than the present. The E was about energizing and being enthused about your topic. It is about engaging your audience and telling them what the value add is on the back end. Sometimes when you're called into an organization, they already know the value add, but you can be a facilitator slash amazing keynote speaker by reminding them of how your topic is adding to the value of their lives, adding to the value of their work, adding to the value of how they're going to show up. If I'm telling you that public speaking and getting comfortable and clear inside of that is going to impact how much money you're making, you should lean all the way in. If I suggest to you that, guess what? This could actually enhance against the person that you're vying for a promotion, your public speaking, your ability to articulate what's inside of you, your ability to speak to the S, the P, the E, the A, the K can improve or enhance or even soar you beyond where your peers are. Lean all the way in. I want you to do that. I love it. So Bella said, great tip. I am writing them down. Absolutely. And then leverage them. Sandra, E, energize. I needed that. Yes, energize. And know what's coming in on the back end. Okay. The A was about adding a piece of you. I talk to you guys all the time about when I show up, I know that I'm leaving a little bit of Lolita Emmanuel Walker with you every single time. When you show up, you're leaving a piece of Dr. Jeannie with somebody. Bella is leaving a piece of Bella with somebody. Sandra is leaning, she said leaning all the way in. Yes. Sandra is leaving a piece of Sandra when she walks into a room. And here's the thing, what are you leaving people with? Every single day, about 60 experts across the course of the week come on and they just give value. They just give value. They impart all of this information. Not only should people take the action, right, as a result of this free information that you get every day, which because it can enhance it, but what if I told you that they are speaking publicly? Absolutely. When you choose to be in a room with someone else, you're speaking publicly. What if you thought about it like that? When you choose to be in a room and speak to anyone out loud, you're speaking publicly. When you choose to type and I read it out, you're speaking publicly. Why not allow the world to hear your voice? Right? Okay. And then K is keep breathing. That reminds me to pause sometimes. I'm always accused of going too quickly. I was on a call, side note, I was on a call yesterday. I am helping to plan this July event for the True Visionaries with Monica Floyd. It's a room I go into on Friday nights. You guys are absolutely invited to do that on Clubhouse. And I am one of the three. We have groups. Anyway, long story, but I was on the phone with someone from Spain yesterday who's coming to the event, which is July in LA. It's going to be amazing, July 20th through the 23rd. And she said to me, Lolita, please slow down, because she was taking notes. And that is a great reminder of this K, is that sometimes people listening to you are not from this country. Sometimes it's a second language. Sometimes it takes people time to process. And so the K in speak is keep breathing, because along with the tempo that I talked to you all about is also pace. People stay engaged because sometimes there's a quickness with where it is that you choose to speak, and sometimes there's a slow, intentional pause. Make sense? Yes. Okay. Sandra said, leave them better than when you met them. Continue to add value verbally and non-verbally. Absolutely. And Soul, hey, Soul Sunshine. She said, hey, Coach Lolita E. Walker, Soul is enjoying your segment. Thanks, Soul. All right. I'm going to read. Does anybody else have anything to add? I'm going to read Dear Anxiousness, a piece of it anyway. So, hold on. Dear Anxiousness, if you have the book, you might have the audio book, but if you have the book, it is on page 18. And it is a little, I'll read it to you guys. Dear Anxiousness. And the reason why I'm reading Dear Anxiousness today is because glossophobia, now that we know what this fear of speaking is called, really is a form of anxiety. So if you're feeling that today, and to the Facebook user, I can't see your name, but who has a talk that is coming up next week, because you feel anxiousness, I hope that this sits with someone today. Dear Anxiousness, can we talk? Last night, I couldn't sleep. I tossed and I turned as my head pounded like the drums of my ancestors. My blood raced. It filled my veins with the urgency of now. My mind fluttered. I was fighting confusion of what this war would and could be. Would I build a legacy? My lips, they curled as I asked God to lead me on a plight to fight for freedom, my freedom. Will my freedom ring from the mountaintops or fall in the rivers that flow from east to west? I ask myself if I'm doing my best, dear Lord. As the light of the sun shone from my window, I hear the chanting of my tribe. I feel the intensity of now. Realizing that I am ready, can you smell the freedom? On the other side of your mind is a tribe that is standing for you. Think audience, okay? Great. There is a war of words, thoughts, energies of my mind. I am seeking to find me. With an army by my side, my intention cannot hide my anxiety. It will subside because my God is leading the way. I check my intentions and I smell victory. The history of yesteryears and the stench of ignorant ways. See, my senses are on high. I hear the birds, they sing with increasingly wild cries. I feel the girth from the earth. Can you feel it? My birthright has begun to rise inside of me. I see the fire across the land where we will celebrate the 7 signs of completion. So I touch my neighbor with the principle of Ephesians, the unity of these bodies that are fighting as one. I smell victory. Close your eyes and breathe. You are standing right here. So, dear anxiousness, can we talk? This is to you from me. I love you, Lolita. In this anxiousness, It is you talking to your anxiousness and recognizing that I am standing right here. So, in the fluttering of my mind, I want you to know that you can absolutely stand in front of that. Talk to your dear anxiousness, come all the way into it, and you too will be super amazing at your next public speaking event. I'm going to close with the S, the P, the E, the A, the K, and then how you all can get in touch with me from here. Dale Elizabeth said, Lolita, you reminded me of a gift I have, public speaking. I'm thankful for you. Brandy said, wow, thanks for sharing, dear anxiousness. Absolutely. Thank you, Adila and Snaps. I love that. Jason said, the reason we forget things is because we didn't really know them thoroughly in the first place. That's why we don't forget our names. If you, it is, if it's your expertise, even if you forget, you can just speak about it. Exactly, Jason. Exactly. Precisely what I was talking about today. Because I only have like 3 minutes left, I just want to share with you all again the S, the P, the E, the A, the K. And thank you, Sandra. She said super amazing. And I want to put it up for the YouTube listener viewers right here. The S is about staying in your expertise, staying in your strengths. The P is about proper preparation prevents this piss poor performance absolutely and hands down. The E is about energize and enthuse your audience. Then you want to add a piece of you. You want them to walk away knowing that who you are, your name, and what it is that they left you with. And then I want you to keep breathing. Super simple, but I know it's really tough to execute sometimes. I'm Lolita E. Walker. You can find me at lolitawalker.com. You can find me at all of the socials at Hey Coach Walker. And I'd love for you to stay connected. At the top of Clubhouse is my book, Can We Talk? Which is where I read Dear Anxiousness. You can also get the audiobook. It has some cool music in the background of each one. And then I want to thank my Facebook community, Coaching Cocktails and Conversations, LinkedIn and YouTube, and also Clubhouse. Love you guys. And I will chat you soon. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the mom link. Hey, you guys.
Hey, good morning, Lolita. Incredible segment as always. I know that you spoke to so many here on stage.